Hi, this is 36581 and this is another LGBT manga readathon vlog. So I'm just laying them all down. So far this is what I've read. So I'll put a link to the other vlog for this. As well as a bit of the Drunken Dreams. But I haven't quite got a blackout for the bingo board and I haven't read everything that was on my TBR. Go check out that video. I'll put a link in the description. And also I haven't read the buddy read yet either. So yeah, I've got still quite a few things to read. So yeah, this is everything that I've read so far. And I'm going to probably spend a bit of this evening making the video up for all of this. And reading as well, just so I can do two things at the same time. So I'll probably get that done. And something sweet, because I've had my dinner. It was delicious, but I want a sweet treat as well. So yeah, that's my plan for this evening. So good morning. It is not the next day, I think it's the day after. So I spent the evening trying to edit and my computer was not working. And then I was working because I had to go and work. And then I did extra work as well because I had to go and do the like training things. So my day was super long yesterday and I did not get too much done in terms of reading. When I got home I was exhausted and I ended up watching a random Chinese romantic drama. What was it called? Something and Her Husband, Her Perfect Husband, Her and Her Perfect Husband. I think that's what it was called. But I haven't watched it all. I've just watched 5 episodes, and I was like, oh, surely this will be, a quick one, a few episodes. And I checked, and I was like, so I'm halfway through the series, right? No, it's 40 episodes long. I was like, I'm away to bed. That was it. That was the deciding factor of, are you going to watch another episode? No. But I have read some more of the Drunken Dreams. Which one did I read? It was this one. I didn't talk about this one, did I? This one is like Angel Mimic. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about this one. It was about a girl who has gone through some stuff and she's processing. And she kind of is processing it with the help of a man who is her professor. I was wondering how old all of these people were, and then I was like, okay, so she's at university, so she's at like a girls' university, and he's the teacher, but he's a young teacher, but still, but they don't meet there. They meet before that. He helps her. She's doing something that is quite emotional. Anyway, it was kind of emotional. There were a lot of difficult themes. I would look out for trigger warnings on this one. If you're worried, I don't really want to say very much about it. It's very beautiful, but I didn't really gel with it. I kind of felt like, I don't know. It didn't resonate with me too much. I just kind of felt like it was what it was. It's a a story that a lot of people could relate to, but not me. Which means I'm now to the Iguana Girl story, and this is the only one I've previously read from this book. I just like randomly saw this picture and thought that looks funny. I'm gonna have a quick flick through, and then I ended up reading the whole story. So I know that I've read it, I just can't remember very much about it. I just remember being like, ooh, that was interesting. So yeah, this is the next one in my Drunken Dreams. I don't know what I'm going to read next, but I do have my TBR to read. So I think I should read something on my TBR, even if it means I'm not going to get an office romance, dark romance, yaoi hands, or a sublime. I kind of still feel that Prince Charming is a bit of a dark romance with all of the blackmail going on. Coercion, sexual coercion, blackmail, cheating. I kind of feel it's not exactly the happiest of romances, all of the taboo relationships going on. Anyway, I'm gonna have coffee and a Danish and decide what I'm gonna read next. So I just finished Dining Bar Akira by Tomoko Yamashita. This was my DNF retry because I got halfway through this and then just stopped. And I think I probably did because I just wasn't vibing with it. And today as well, it was a real struggle trying to get through. I haven't read that much today, which is a bit disappointing. It was a lot of talking and thoughts, and I was just bored, which is not something I usually say about Tomoko Yamashita's work. But this one, yeah, this is not my favorite of hers. It was just about two guys who worked in a restaurant, and they start a relationship, but it was a lot of blah 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 blah. Ugh, I was very bored. Then we had like, where did we get to? A lot of introspection, which I'm not really that interested in. Then we had this extra, which was, what was it called? Foggy Scene. There you go. Which was about a high school boy who was in love with his best friend, but who had inadvertently slept with his homeroom teacher because he was covering for their homeroom teacher who was on maternity leave. So he came in as the substitute, and oops, I've already slept with this guy. Who he's really in love with is his best friend with the glasses. And that was a more interesting story. another teacher student and possible three, not a threesome, but a love triangle going on. There you go. And then this Riverside Moonlight one was a bit weird. It was about a guy just suddenly finding a work colleague attractive. And then it was like characters at the back. And that was it. So this wasn't the best. I can see why I DNF'd it the first time. It was a real struggle to get through it this time. Look, I'm yawning, and that's how bored I was. That's terrible. Oh, but yeah, at least it's read now. That's good. I can finally put it down as I 100% have read it. I thought I had already, but turns out no. Earlier today, I read Heartstopper Volume 5, which was an easier read for sure. It's just the next section of Charlie and Nick. There was some university trips to see universities, and there was more discussion about how far they want to go. Charlie turned 16. So it's that whole thing of like, oh, are we ready to take the next step in our relationship? That kind of stuff. So a lot of sexual exploration. And very, very adult discussion and talk about consent and when they're ready. And I thought that was quite good. And then a little bit of issues with his sister and also his body image, that kind of thing. So yeah, confidence building. So it was a good one. It was a good volume. I know that the next volume is supposed to be the last one, so I will pick it up as and when it's announced and released, and that'll be it. It's an okay one. I do enjoy it, but it's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's an okay one. I did enjoy it the first time I read it. I thought it was quite good. But yeah, done that one as well. So that's another one off of my TBR. So I don't know what I'm going to read next, but I feel like I need to read something fun. And then I know I'm going to enjoy. I have what's left on my TBR is My Brother's Husband. Only I have one of the volumes. My Solo Exchange Diary and Breaks. But I also need to fill in the bingo board with an office romance and a Sublime title. So I need to read a Sublime title. So let's try and find a Sublime title to read. So these are the ones that are still on my TBR to read. And these are all of my purchases from the year. So I need to read a Sublime title, a dark romance. Bad Boys Happy Home is there. Could read that one. An office romance and something with Yeri hands, but I don't think anything from Sublime will necessarily have Yeri hands in it. Let's see. Well, Candy Colored Paradox, they work together. Oh, well, I suppose The World's Greatest First Love, they work together. So I could do a Sublime title and an office romance, but it's volume 16. Oh, can I get it out? Can I get it out? And I probably need to do a reread of 15 because I can't remember what happens. I could read the back, but I probably need a refresher. So I might need to get... Where are they? Down the bottom? Oh. Can we see? Oh, here we go. So yeah, I don't have my full set. I'm missing volumes 1 and 2. They're in my other collection. And volume 4 and 6, they're in my other collection. And then I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I know volume 17's just come out. But I should probably give volume 15 a bit of a reread. These ones I haven't reread in ages. Oh, that was when he was in school. Oh, yes, he has his friend come over and visit. Maybe I'll get 14 and 15 out as well. There we go. That's what I should probably be reading. A little bit of office romance and a Sublime title. There we go. So hello, it's the next day. I've got a wee rolling sausage and some iced coffee because it's so hot today. It's so hot. And I do want to go out and do some things today. Like I do want to cut my grass and clean my house a little bit, but I also just want to sit and read because it's kind of a self-indulgent. I kind of want to have a day like that. But yeah, I know I'll appreciate a clean house as well. Anyway, I have finished reading 14 and 15. I finished that last night. So I still have to read 16, which is my new one. So I need to take this plastic off and give this a read. But it does mean that I have now read a Sublime title and office romance. But I don't think there was Yeri hands in here, because although there was certainly Yeri hands in Junjo back in the day, I think Shingeki Nakamura's got a lot better at proportions. But if not, then please let me know. So yeah, I think I just need to find a Yeri hands. The dark romance, I'm still like on the fence. Do I put Prince Charming down or not? Also, I need to read some more Drunken Dreams and my TBR, so I still have lots to read. But yeah, I think the first one I'm going to do is this one. And it's always fun when you've got plastic to take off. So yeah, I'm going to take off the plastic. So I have now finished volume 16. Volume 17 has, I think, come out in the US, and maybe it's just come out in the UK. So I do need to now get volume 17. I am now behind. This is more of that they're pretty much confessed. Almost there. He's almost there. I was wondering how many more volumes we'll have. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I'd show you some things I got from the charity shop. I got one of these like dishes, which is kind of similar to the big platter that I got. I saw this as well, which is a little bowl as well. I got that for £4. So it's a little bowl, which probably would go good for making some things or putting some things in, I don't know. But yeah. And they match. I think they're from Marks and Spencer's. I don't remember exactly, but I thought St. Michael's is Marks and Spencer's, and I think that's what it is. Anyway, so that's what I got, but I also got a package, so let's open the package as well. So this arrived, I'm trying to think when I ordered it, but I'm pretty sure it was a while ago. I still need to read Iguana Girl. So yeah, let's have a look. Oh yeah, and I have scratches and things all over my hands, really bad actually. A cat, not the usual cat, a different cat, got into my house today when I was out in the garden and hanging up washing and stuff, and trying to get it out of my house was a real struggle. I think it's a house cat that's like got out of a window and wants to get back inside a house because it did not want to leave. Anyway, let's have a look. What did I get? There's a wee hole here. I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I ordered it. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yeah. Ta-da! There you go. So this is I Cannot Reach You by Mika. A little bit of damage here at the edge. And a little bit of damage here. But this is volume 1. But yeah, it's been a while since I got it, so yeah. But I do have volumes 3 and 4, which I got for a good price. But I think they're on volume 7 or 8 now already. It's quite a few longer running series. So yeah, this is from 2021, Yen Press. Yeah, and a little bit of damage, which is, meh, it is what it is. But happy to have a volume 1. Unfortunately, I don't have volume 2. So I can't read my volume 3 and 4 yet. I still need to get that one. But these are kind of pricey for Yen Press. They're kind of slim. A bit like the Square Enix Cherry Magic. They're kind of slim. And I want more manga for my money. So I do need to get volume 2, so then I can read all 4 volumes. But this one is a good volume 1, and it means I can get it. I'm going to see if I can try and get this sticker off. But yeah, I don't know how much I paid for it, but it was like maybe a £5 or something like that. £5 something? I don't think it was a lot. But I did order it a while ago. Anyway, I have Iguana Girl to read. And some food to make. And I think there's some Grand Prix action or something like that this weekend. And some football action as well. And yeah, I'm going to add this to my stack. I do need to film my haul video pretty soon. And I think I should probably just do it soon. Maybe tomorrow. It's going to be bright and sunny. Because I don't think the one other thing that I had pre-ordered is going to arrive before the end of the month. So I may as well just film it. Because there's a lot. So, good morning. It's another day. I have another snowball and another iced coffee because, well, it's not actually morning anymore, is it? It's in the afternoon. But I have had a productive morning. It's been productive. I've not got anything more read, so I do need to read Iguana Girl, and then I've got my stack here of things that I want to read today and a bit of tomorrow if I can. And I do need to go out to the shops at some point. I do need to is it read outside? I need to read outside. But I did cut my grass this morning. That was good. I did some banking. That was good. I uploaded my video onto the channel. That was good. I filmed another little thing for hopefully the video that it's still being edited. I do need to do some washing, and I did think I was maybe going to film my haul video, which would be an easy one to do, and I could definitely get that done and up on my channel. And I could do that today, actually. That might be a thing to do, because it is 1 o'clock I think almost 1. It's after 12 anyway, which is why I know it's not morning anymore. But it's super hot today. Today I think is one of the hottest days of the year so far. It's around 23 degrees Celsius, maybe even 24 up here, which is pretty hot, which is why I've got my blinds closed. But I have done a lot of work. I feel pretty productive already. I feel like this is a way to go. So I don't know, do I want to sit and read something like Boys Run the Riot, which I do? The answer is yes, I do. Or do I want to tidy up and get some work done to make my house feel better? The answer is yes, I do. I'm feeling productive. I wonder if I could film my haul video as well. Anyway, I'm going to have something to eat because I haven't actually eaten anything today yet. And I might go out and read later on today. I could go out and read just now in the sunshine. But it is super hot. There are some clouds in the sky though, so maybe it'll be okay. I do have a strawberry, a couple of strawberries in my garden. I have a tomato that's still green, which is amazing. But yeah, I'm feeling really good about my garden out the front. The back is not so good. It's full of weeds. I need to do that. But yeah, I know I need to do this, but I also have lots of other things I want to do. So I'm not too sure how much I'm going to get done today for this, but I will do Iguana Girl. I'll probably read that right now actually, and then maybe film a video. So yeah, that's my plan for the day. I'm not working today. I am working tomorrow, so that's pretty good. So I do have a bit of time to get things done. So I just finished reading or rereading Iguana Girl. Ignore my washing machine, it's on in the background if you can hear it. So this is the only one that I had actually already read, because I flicked through it, saw the colour page, and then decided to just keep on. It was so engaging that I just read it, and then I was like, no, I want to save this, this is too good. So I knew what the twist was, because there's a twist in this one, and it was just so affecting at the end. My goodness. So technically this is a reread of this story, but it's also something that I had started but I hadn't finished, Drunken Dreams. So I guess this could be a reading something you DNF'd. I didn't DNF it as such because I just knew I wanted to read it in a nice way and enjoy it, and I have been. But oh my god, this was affecting tears in my eyes. I have to just like I'll be fine, because it's about if you're a mother with a daughter, or if you're a daughter with a mother, it's about generational trauma. I think generational trauma has really been something that has come up in the forefront of media more and more in the last few years. When I think about things like the animated one, Encanto, and Coco that everyone loves. I hadn't seen it until, was it last year or something? Remember Me, and of course Encanto, very much about generational trauma, and this is about generational trauma between mothers and daughters, the fractious relationships that can occur, solidified down into this, and I just think it's wonderful. It's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. It I think it can be quite healing for a lot of mothers and daughters to read, actually. It's a very good story about how you don't see yourself, or if you ever felt rejected by your mother, to come round to the fact that you are still a product of her. It's difficult. That's the trauma. But it is still really good. Oh, so good. That was a nice one. So the next one is The Child Who Comes Home. I think I've got 2 more to read. The Child Who Comes Home. And then what else? And then The Willow Tree. Those are the 2 that I need to read. And then I'll have finished this absolutely beautiful volume. I do need to look out for some more. I've got the Pole Clan but I've only got volume 1 and I really want volume 2. I'd like to be able to read that all the way through, and I haven't picked up volume 2 yet, so I'm gonna have to go on the lookout for more of the Moto Hagio gorgeous Fantagraphic hardcover ones. So yeah, I will probably move on to something equally as emotionally affecting. I'm working on one of my videos, but while it's playing, because I want to get it up to speed so I can add some more to it and finally finish it. Please, please, I want to finish it. I've been working on this for months. um, and I think I'll move on to something else emotionally affecting as well. Maybe My Brother's Husband or Boys Run the Riot. I enjoyed Boys Run the Riot, the first volume that I read, so I think that might be something to go into next. And I put this on hold. Maybe read a little bit more of it later. So I'm exporting my haul video. I filmed it and I'm not editing it. I'm literally just splicing it together. I'm very quick, rough edit. I'm not going to do much. And while I was doing that, I'll make up my other one as well. I've finished My Brother's Husband, Gengoro Tagame, Volume 1, which is the like readathon read choice, a sort of buddy read, and it was wonderful. It was great. This is my second-hand copy of the hardback for Volume 1. That follows the father of a young girl called Kana, and then this gentleman comes, Mike, and he was married to his brother, his twin brother, and they're just getting to know each other, and it is heartbreaking and lovely and wonderful, and I cried multiple times in this one volume. I was like, am I hormonal? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get my period soon. I'm just crying a lot today, guys. I'm just crying a lot. So I don't know if it's just because both the stories I've read today have been very emotional, but yeah, it's wonderful. And yes, I knew I was gonna be like, damn it, I need volume 2 now. But yeah, I need it now. I feel bad that I don't have it, because this is a really nice story. It's I think as relevant now as it was when it was first created, and it says here that it was awarded the best outstanding work of manga from the Agency of Cultural Affairs. It's here 2017, so I don't know about when this was actually published. I don't know if it was in, because I know that there's an omnibus version of like all 4 volumes, because this is an omnibus in itself, and I'm wondering when this was actually published. Let's have a look. See, printed in the United States of America, first American edition. Let's see. It usually has a... There we go. It just says translation copyright 2017, so maybe it was 2017 that this was originally published. I mean, I have known about it for quite some time. When was it? 2014? Wow, that's 10 years ago. Because it's 2024 now, so this is a 10-year-old Japanese manga. I would consider this to be just as relevant now. I feel like maybe the general consensus of people would be more knowledgeable, but not necessarily like everyone, generationally. So yeah, this was lovely. This is nice. So I feel like I've made more progress. So when I had my washing to do. I hung out my washing. The usual Poppy cat came and visited. While I was there, I got distracted by her and then ended up pulling some weed in the back garden. So I was weeding in my back garden. So I was outside. Then I came in and I filmed that video. I've edited it now. It is now exporting, and I've read this and finished this as well. So I feel good. I've been very productive today. I might go out and pinch those strawberries and just give them a wee wash and have a wee taste of them because they look nice. And it is after 5 now, just after 5. So I'm kind of feel like I need to eat something. I do have some sausages in the fridge, but I also and it's hot as well. I've tried to avoid going outside too much. But the clouds have come, so it's a little bit less like super, super hot. I still think it's around 20 something degrees. So I don't really want to go to the shops and buy stuff. Maybe wait until like 7 in the evening. I think a late night walk in the cooler air might be better. So I might not eat something. I might just have a wee quick snack. And wait until dinner tonight. I kind of feel like cold noodles would be nice. No, reading about Japanese food and stuff in here, there's a lot of Japanese food references. I feel like something like karaage chicken and cold noodles would be nice. Some, that would be good. I won't be getting that from my co-op. I'll let this export, and then I'll probably read something else and have a wee drink of something, something cold, and carry on with whatever I'm reading. I've been enjoying this. If I read Boys Run the Riot, I probably will cry a lot more, but maybe today's just the day for reading all the emotional stuff. So I'll check in when I've read some more. So I just finished Boys Run the Riot Volume 1, which is a reread for me, because I had read this before it came out. I got, in fact, this was one of the first, I think this was one of the first, oh, is that the ice cream van? Oh, I wonder if they take card. Should I go get some ice cream? I was gonna go to the shops, but I could just go get some ice cream. Damn, what should I do? Well, look at this. So they do sundaes, and you can choose your sundae flavor. So there was Biscoff and Oreo and crunchy and things like that. And I almost went for them, but I thought I'll just go for Galaxy caramel. And she was like, "Do you want vanilla or chocolate ice cream?" And I was like, She goes, "What about a bit both?" And I was like, "Yeah, all right then." So I got a bit both. Whipped cream on top, and a bit of Galaxy caramel, and the sauce as well. I don't think I'm gonna bother going out. Probably not gonna go to the shops now, because I was like, this'll do me for dinner. This is plenty of calories. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna sit here and eat this, or I could sit outside and read a little bit more, and then I've got my reading outside. So I might do that out in my front garden and take my chair out and just have a nice relaxing eat of my ice cream. So I enjoyed my ice cream. I ate most of it outside, and then I read a little bit, but not all of Volume 2 of Boys Run the Riot. So I've now read it. I'm just making my way through it. It's great. There's even with this was like 2 absolute laugh out loud moments. I'm trying to think. Well, I remember like this one was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. But I think the next one was yeah, when they're having some beers at a court. They're talking about what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman, and this just cracked me up. I'm really enjoying this. This is a really good one. It ended on a real cliffhanger. Yeah, it was good. It was good. So yeah, I did enjoy this. I had what did I have? I had a Danish pastry earlier, which was delicious, and now I'm thinking I'm gonna put a pizza or something on, just because I have one, so I may as well. And then while it's on, I can read volume 3. So I have now read volume 3 of Boys Run the Riot. So this one was much more about Tsubasa, and also the aftermath of what happened at the end of volume 1, which was a lot of things that Watari had to deal with, and everyone else as well. And of course, this douchebag guy is always making another appearance and being another douchebag about it. I like that more and more of his douchebag crew are are coming around to the fact that that they're more on one side than the other. They're not on the douchebag side. So yeah, it was a good one. There was a lot of stuff about gender fluidity, that kind of thing. So I think that was quite good. But yeah, I now have my pizza cooked. Here it is, looking gorgeous. I've got a wee can of Fanta because I got some cans cheap yesterday. I also got, it was just a normal pepperoni pizza, and I've been watching some nutritionists recently, and they're like, if you want to make changes to your diet, the best thing to do is just eat what you usually do, but then add things of extra nutritional value. So I put on some pickled jalapeno, sweet corn, peppers, mushroom, and onion so that I'm getting more veg. So it's more of a veggie pepperoni pizza than just the pepperoni. And it makes me feel a little bit better. I've also got a really nice sour cream and chive dip. I also went out to my garden and picked a strawberry. So they're all starting to come through, but I'm only getting like one or two at a time. And that's fine because I can just eat a nice wee fresh strawberry from my garden. Feels really good. I wish I'd planted more strawberries. Anyway, it is what it is. I will see if my my little mini veggies actually amount to anything, because I would like to pickle radishes, but I don't know if any of them will grow. So yeah, I'm gonna have a wee munch of this, and then I can finish reading the series with volume 4. So it's quite late now in the evening, but I have finished Boys Run the Riot volume 4. So that's the series over and done with. I'm glad that I got all of the volumes and was able to read it. It's a nice kind of open-ended end. For I mean, it's not like it could have the most like, oh, and this is the conclusion to the story, because it's not something that would end up having that kind of ending, just because they're still young. They've still got so much of their lives to live, and they're still working hard. But it's a lot more like, it's a very positive ending. So you're kind of like rooting for them to keep on going and doing well. So yeah, it's a good one. I don't really think there's too many instances. I mean, I don't have too many things on the bingo board to fill in, so I don't really think this counts for many of the bingo board things. Although I did read a wee bit of volume 2 out in the sun, so I was outside. So I guess that's one of the challenges done, and it is a complete series, all done. One that I really wanted to get, and one that I wanted to be able to read during the month of June. So I'm very, very happy that I was able to do that. So yeah, this one and My Love Mix-Up, I feel like these are good series, start and finish, as well as Prince Charming as well. I still have some more of Drunken Dream to read. I think there's like 1 or 2 stories left, so I'll try and see if I can read some of them tomorrow. And what do I need to, I think I've got everything on the bingo board except for Yowie Hands, but I still do have 2 or 3 things on my original TBR that I was going to read, and I do have another thing that I was going to maybe read, but none of them's going to get me Yowie Hands. So I might just have to read a very old June manga to get the Yowie Hands. So yeah, I'll finish our Drunken Dreams and pull out something with I don't know what would have Yowie Hands. Something that I probably will not enjoy. Or a really old drama queen one. I know what I've read that's had Yowie Hands, but they've not been enjoyable, and that's generally what happens. You'll get ones that you're like, well, that was rubbish, and there was terrible proportions in it. You don't usually get good stories with good proportions. I mean, good stories with bad proportions in it. So yeah, I'm glad this was a good one. Really happy about having it in my collection. It's one that I wanted to get after reading this first volume. They're nice, they're thick, so you feel like you're really getting your money's worth out of the story. It's a good one. So I'm glad that I was able to. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed soon. I might watch a little bit of something on YouTube. I don't know. Before I go to bed. I have also been a little bit distracted by like a Chinese webcomic that I might be reading as well. I feel like that's the most dopamine hit that I'm getting this year. I was going to make a video, Maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning. Maybe. It won't take me too long. If I do decide, because I don't have much to say. But yeah, I'll have to try and see if I can find a Yaoi Hands June manga. Probably that'd be a good way to go. But is there guaranteed Yaoi Hands in it though? I don't know. We shall see. Whatever. I'm going to bed soon, but I will watch something before I go to bed. So it is a very windy and sunshine and showery type day. But yeah, the wind is pretty strong today. I don't know if you can hear it. If you can, sorry about that. It's very, very strong. So I might not go out. I was going to go out today, but I'm not. I've fried up some random sausages. I'm not feeling like super hungry, but I had these sausages that needed to be cooked, little dinky ones. So I'll probably get some mustard or something out. And just munch on them for some protein. I have 2 more of these short stories to read from A Drunken Dream. A Child Who Comes Home and The Willow Tree. So this needs to get finished, and I do want to finish it. We are coming to the end of June now, so what I have left on my TBR was Breaks, My Soul Exchange Diary, and I think I put volume 1 of Wandering Sun as well. But I also need to finish my bingo board, and I've got pretty much everything on the bingo board except for Yaoi Hands. And so we got to go over to my June manga drawers. And we'll start off with this one. So a lot of these I've read already, so I know I've got Yaoi Hands, like this one for sure. That's a Yaoi Hands right there for sure. So there's definitely some Yaoi Hands, but I don't want to do a reread. I want to read something new. And then these are all read up to, did I read Love Sim? I did, didn't I? I did, and it was terrible. That's definitely a Yaoi Hands one. Temperature Rising, have I read that one? I don't think I have. I think this, Young Leaves, Venio Tachibanas. From here, I think these are my unreads. And so I know that wouldn't be, and I don't think that would be. This one though, Love Potion. That looks like it would definitely have Yaoi Hands, doesn't it? Look at the proportions already. There's a big hand right there. Look at the size of the hand. I know scale is supposed to be a thing, but yeah, this has got to be Yaoi Hands. This has got to be a Yaoi Hand place for sure. There's got to be some Yaoi Hands in this. Do you think? I think so. I think there's going to be. I wonder. This is one to read. It doesn't look like oh, I don't know. See that? What was that? His face and his hand, pretty big. Pretty big. Oh, just in general. I don't know. I know that first one was definite Yaoi Hand, wasn't it? Oh wow! Oh wow! Yeah. There's Yaoi Hands in here. That's definitely what. What was that? Look what was that? Look at his hand and his head. Look at the size, the proportions. Oh yeah. Okay, so I can read this one. I don't want to, but I can. So Love Potion it is. It's been on my TBR a couple of times. I've picked it up and put it on a TBR for like buzzword readathons. So yeah, we we'll try and see if we can get this read as well. So I just finished reading both of these now for A Drunken Dream. So that's me done. This one, which is nice. I do need to get more Moto Hagio. This story was, well, they were both about grief. Again. Very emotional. This first one was about a family who had lost a child, and the ghost of the child still returning home, and the different family members, how they cope with it, seeing as it was a fairly recent thing, and they were just trying to live their life. It was quite short, but it was quite emotional. And then the willow tree was really amazing and beautiful as well. Almost no words, but the passage of time was so long. We start with this woman by this little dinky willow tree. She's got an umbrella, and this is the bank of it. And there's no words, it's just the pictures. And you can see the time passing and things happening. And you can see the bank changing and the people around changing, and the tree gets bigger, the lady's still there, and the people walking along the path, and the lady's still there, but the tree gets bigger and bigger, and at the end it's just one small little conversation, and also about grief, and it was just lovely. Very emotional again. So yeah, there's lots of endnotes and things. I'll take my time reading for the Moto Hagio interview. But yeah, this was a really nice one. So that one was from 2007, which in my head is like, well, that's not too long ago. But actually it is still quite some time ago. So yeah, that's me finished. A Drunken Dream and Other Stories. I'm very happy that I finally got it. It's so lovely. It's a great publication. I do need to get more Moto Hagio. So from the sublime to what I assume is going to be ridiculous. It really is chalk and cheese in terms of the quality. I'm assuming, I have not read this yet, but even just from the design, there's a reason I haven't read it. It's because even just looking at the front cover, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna like this. And even if it's stupid or if it's funny, I bet I'm not gonna enjoy it. So part of me's like, I don't want to, but I need to get Yaoi hands, and then I'll have completed the bingo board, and I think I'll have completed all of the challenges as well. It's I need to post a rainbow. That's the thing. I need to post a rainbow picture. I'll see what colours I've got. This is a yellow. I'll see what colours I've got, and I can maybe post a rainbow image. And that'll be... And then my final reads for this at the end. But other than that, I've reread a DNF. And I've read Outside. And I've read 5 publishers. So... And I posted my TBR already, so yeah. I've just got to post a rainbow picture and then post all of my reads at the end of the month. So yeah, I just need to read this, and I don't want to. I've got so many other things that I'm like, you could read that, you could read that. But I do need to find Yaoi hands. There's a reason I don't want to. There's a reason why I've got so many unread June manga titles. Because when I look at them, I'm like, no, you're going to be shit. I used to say all BL is good BL. That's not true. That's not true. That's definitely not true. But I still feel like I've got a soft spot for all BL, even if it is not great. So yeah, I will give this a read. I have, I think, some sweets, some like cakes that I need to eat. I might actually, I might eat them, I might not. And have another cup of coffee. We shall see. So it's quite a bit later in the day, and I have now finished Love Potion by Sakuya Fuji, and it was as bad as I had expected. But it certainly did have yaoi hands in it. There was a stalker slash flasher, and look at those hands and that head. I mean, they're so huge. So huge. So yeah, this was pretty bad. It had a lot of BL tropes in it. This man is catnip. Yuri, he's inherited pheromone disorder, which means that it's like a curse that someone within his family inherits every generation, and they are able to attract male attention and are very attractive to men in general, and therefore he has been plagued by perverts and is constantly being attacked. So there's a lot of that which I don't enjoy. There was also the fact that he is a new teacher, so he's like newly qualified, so he'd be about 23, and on the first day he is proposed to by a 16-year-old, or who could actually be technically 15, because they'd be the first year of high school, so they could be 15 or 16, and he yeah, and it's a forbidden, taboo teacher-student relationship, and I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy it. And then there was a debt, which is also another big BL trope. And a rich botchan whose dad runs a finance company with ties to the mob, and he ends up asking as a child, I want a big brother, so he gets him a big brother. Like, how did that happen? It's because the guy had a debt, and so he ended up having to take one. That was another sort of forbidden romance of stepbrothers, which was, yeah, they weren't actually real brothers, but he'd been raised with him as his brother for most of his life. So yeah, that was a bit Another one of attempted assault. Again, obviously, let's move the story along with attempted assault. And then this one here, Fortune Trap, which was also, I don't know if I want to spoil it, but hey, we may as well. They are also step brothers. He meets this guy. One of them's cursed, another curse of being unlucky. So everything goes wrong all the time. And he meets this guy when he starts a new school. His mum's just married some guy, and this other guy like picks him up, and he's got lots of good luck. So he keeps negating his bad luck for this one day. I need to specify, this is all in one day. And then he takes him up to the roof and assaults him and says that it's love, and his good luck will negate his. Oh, and by the way, I'm your stepbrother. My dad married your mum. I was like, oh my god. And then we had this little after short with the teacher-student relationship again. So yeah, I did not enjoy this at all. It had lots of things that made me go, ugh. And sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's fun. And I think it just depends on the tone and how much fun you're having, and if it's a Korean webcomic. Because honestly, when it's in a webcomic, when it's in a Korean webtoon webcomic, I kind of just like let it wash over me more. I used to when I used to read manga a lot, and I would just let it wash over me. I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever, I would accept it. But it's not. But that's because I think the webcomics usually, well, that's not even always the case, but usually most of them are now very modern. They have comedy. They're not always. It's very, well, no, maybe it isn't any different. I just feel like this wasn't very well done either. Like, the quality of it, the drawing obviously is very old-fashioned, and the storytelling is not engaging. I'm bored, and at least I'm not bored when it comes to the webcomics, even if it's very questionable content as well. But at least the themes are on point, you know? There's a similarity of themes, and we're still getting the same things in Korean webcomics. And I guess in modern BL too. Just made me despair having to read this, because I was just like, oh god, this is terrible. I did enjoy this character though, just because he had absolutely no interest in his friend whatsoever sexually. And no interest in anyone sexually, unless they were a 2D character, because he's like a mangaka and an otaku, and he's no interest whatsoever in either sexes if they're real people. And I just was like, and he just looked out for his pal. So that was like at least a good thing that I liked about it. I was like, oh, is he gonna end up? He's too good looking to be just him. So I'm wondering if Sakuya Fuji then wrote another story with him, finally, falling in love with someone who's actually a 3D person. Because his character design is too good to just be a side character. But at least, yeah, at least he was a good character to have in this. He was pretty much the only good character in this whole thing. So I'd love to know if anyone else has read Love Potion and what their thoughts are. I think it's funny because it's called Love Potion, but the Japanese, nah honey, it's like this. So I'm wondering what the kanji is. Nankara chanchara biyakuna honey. Biyakuna. I wonder what biyakuna means because I don't know that word in Japanese. Biyakuna. Biyakuna. Or yakuna? I don't know, I'd have to see. But yeah, so the name of the tankobon is completely different to what they've decided on. But yeah. Anyway, that does mean I have yaoi hands. So I think I have completed the bingo board with a blackout. I do think, yeah, I'm gonna go with Prince Charming as a dark romance because there's way too much blackmail and coercion and assault for it to just be like, although this is actually a close second with a lot of the stories in there as well. Ugh. So yeah, so this is me finished Love Potion and Drunken Dreams today. I do have some work that I need to do tomorrow, so we'll see how much I can get done. There's not too many days left of June, and I just have a couple of things left on the TBR, and we'll see if I can get them done, and what else I end up getting done and doing over the next couple of days. So we're getting very near the end of June now, so I don't have much time left to read. So I have started my solo exchange diary. Breaks I've had a wee start off, but I wasn't really vibing. It wasn't the vibe. Whereas I think I could probably get my solo exchange diary done, or the first volume of Wandering Sun. But it is quite late in the day. I've been to work already. I came back home. I bought some stuff. This is what I made. It's kind of a weird mix. Sorry. It's just fresh out the oven. So it's kind of like a Mediterranean vegetable with tomato sauce and cheese. So it's kind of like a bake, but it's supposed to mimic pizza. So it's supposed to have all the flavors of pizza without actually having a base. So you're not having wheat or gluten in that respect. And then I've got some rice that I've just added lots of fresh herbs from my garden because I just can. And I made some lemon garlic herb chicken just in the oven as well. So yeah, this is my dinner. I could have just had pizza. I have a pizza. Could have just had a sandwich. Could have done that. I thought, no, be an adult, be a grown up. You've got vegetables. Have a proper balanced meal. So this is what I'm gonna have. I'm actually kind of excited. It looks quite good. But yeah, I have started this. I don't know how much I'm gonna get more done this month. We don't have much time left. So yeah, I am working tomorrow as well. So we'll see how much I can get done before the end. And I'm just feeling quite tired. So I don't know. This might be it. I'll check in a little bit later when I've maybe read something. I don't know. So good morning. It is the last day of June. It is, isn't it? I think it is anyway. So and I have to go to work. So I'm gonna try and see if I can scarf this lovely Danish with a cup of coffee before I go. But I did actually read my solo exchange diary. I feel like, yes, I did miss out on a little bit because I don't have my lesbian experience with loneliness. So I think I would have had a better grounding of to what to expect. But because I've had this in my drawer for such a long time unread, I just feel like just get in it. And it didn't affect too much. So I was perfectly fine with going in because I've known so much about that because it was such a big work. And I did think this was quite an interesting thing about doing a solo exchange diary. I did an exchange diary with a student when I was in Japan, to help her to help her English, but to help me get to know her because we were going to be spending time together, and um, and it was kind of cool. It was actually really nice to have this jotter that we would just pass back and forth, and I would write down things that were new and interesting, different, and questions I would have about Japan, and she would tell me about her life and what she'd been up to and her thoughts and stuff. It was more like therapy for her and maybe therapy for me too. And we didn't always um see each other, but we would always just pass the jotter back and forth, which was great, and I really enjoyed it. So I like the idea of a solo exchange diary because it's pretty much a journal, but that you're writing it to yourself, and I like that as well. So it's the kind of thing my mum would really appreciate. She's like, "Oh, okay, so this is just self-reflection and therapy for yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And oh boy, does she need therapy. She needs like proper therapy, which she's obviously got because of the issues that she's had and obviously talked about previously in the first volume. Um Excuse me, I'm like full of a cold, I don't know why. And yeah, so it was interesting. Like the whole thing of my lesbian experience with loneliness. I do think loneliness is just a massive part of this. And for me, because of the way that she talks about her mother and the family that she's in, it feels so toxic. It feels like generational trauma. Very much so. I'm in a bad place, so I'm going to put all of that negativity onto the people around me, and that's what she seems to have been living in. Um, but it does make me want to go back and read that. And I always wanted to collect these, but I kind of fell out of interest because it'd been so long and she has so many so many that come out about so many different issues she's had. Also, does she have ADHD? I know that there's an ADHD one and that's not by her, like an autobiographical ADHD one, which I do want to get. But it seems to me like maybe that's something she has. Like a lot of the things she was talking about, I was like, well, that sounds like ADHD in women. Does she have ADHD? That might be something she needs to look at. I don't know. In later volumes, does she get diagnosed with ADHD, or is it just all the other health problems? Because it kind of feels like it. The addiction to alcohol, I think, is something. The health problems, control. So maybe the eating disorder, but also the this sense that thoughts are just spinning round and round and round and round in her head, and that's what it feels like reading this. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a little bit maybe, but yeah, this is me, armchair psychologist who with no qualifications to say this, but that's what it feels like. So yeah, she's obviously seen someone previously, but I think she should continue. I think the loneliness aspect is something that she needs to keep on working on. But yeah, Nagata Kabi is very interesting artwork, but also very poignant. I think it's quite nice. I don't know how much more I'm gonna get read. because it is just today. So we'll see. And I have to go to work, so we'll see. So I'll check in. I do need to take photographs of everything I read, so I will definitely be checking in even if I haven't read anymore. But yeah, I'm going to have to quickly eat this and go to work. So it is a little bit later on in the day. I got back from work and then just kind of chilled out. I'm really hungry now though. And I'm trying to set up to take my photograph, and I'm not too sure if I want to. I don't know if this is good or if I want it differently. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna try and see if I can take a picture. So this is what I read for this half. Not as much as I thought I would. It was certainly less than previously. What did I think I read 18 volumes? And then I think this is 13. Although this one, technically, I did over both of them. So, yeah. And then, of course, I didn't get to read Wandering Sun Volume 1 and Breaks Volume 1. And these two were on my TBR. But I will read them some other time. I just wasn't feeling it. And I felt like Wandering Sun might just be a wee bit too emotional for me. Although probably very nice. So yeah, these are everything that I got to read. I did get to read the sort of like buddy read of My Brother's Husband, but only volume 1 of this omnibus, so I need to get volume 2. But yeah, I don't know what my favourite thing was. I know what my least favourite thing was. For sure. Probably Drunken Dreams, if I'm honest. Moto Hagios works really nice, and of course it has the different messages. But yeah, My Brother's Husband was really nice as well. And the Boys Around the Right, it was good. Can't say I was all that like excited about Heartstopper in the end, even though I had pre-ordered it. I just kind of fell out of excitement. And I will need to get volume 17 now, which I think is out. And I liked my solo exchange diary. So yeah, this is everything. I'm going to take the photographs and then that's going to be it. I'm very happy that I was able to take part. I did get my blackout, which is great. I think I did everything except for make a rainbow book post, which I keep meaning to and I never get around to, so I'm just going to sack that one. But I did all the other challenges. And I will have to post this when I upload the video as well with my red pile. Although it won't be an everything red pile, so maybe I should make another one with just everything I read. Maybe it's quite a big stack though for everything I read. So anyway, I'm going to take this. Thanks to Bazaar and Katie for hosting the LGBT manga readathon. It was enjoyable. I don't think I took part as much as I really wanted to, but that's because I started quite late. But yeah, happy that it's kind of done as much as I could, and that I managed to read some things on my list that I wanted to read. But I didn't get everything read that I wanted to, so that's a shame. It gives me something to aim for next time. So yeah, thanks so much to the hosts, and I hope you enjoyed your June and you got to read lots of great manga. I don't know what I'm going to be reading next over the next few weeks, but I know what I'm going to be reading in August. So yeah, so thanks to the hosts and thanks for watching to the end of this video. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!